So in this video I want to talk about why running 4 rescuers is a viable strategy in rank. So all 4 of us are on voice chat, and we went in with, well obviously we're all rescuers, but the Merc and the Wildling were carrying Tide, and me and Gravekeeper were running left-right. So Bloody Queen spawned in Graveyard. She headed towards back gate where the Merc was, and the main aim of this strategy is to just survive until accelerated decoding, and then your decoding speed is pretty much like every other character, except you're built for rescuing and you're very good kiters. So we say to each other, just do not get hit early game, rotate as much as you want, rotate as much as you need, use the abilities you need to use, just don't get hit early game, and give the hunter presence or someone to go for. This hunter knows that she doesn't want to go for a Wildling or for the Merc, so she deliberately has to target me, the officer, and Gravekeeper. So by constantly calling out where the hunter is, we can get a head start as to where she is, so we can run away early. So you can see she mirrors on me here, and I'm like, I don't want to get hit, I'll do anything I can not to get hit, so I'll happily use an ability. She then leaves me and heads into Top Broken, which is where Gravekeeper is. Now, we've got one cipher, this cipher's about 50, 60, and then we've got other ciphers. We've got in back gates 50, bottom broken is nearly 50, and then middle's about 40, and no one's been hit. And she's had to, so she finally gets a hit here, and she's had to switch targets in order to finally get who she wants to go for. So she goes for Gravekeeper here. She somehow misses there. She misses her blink, which is a bit unlucky, to be honest. So Gravekeeper does a good job here, and but the main thing about this strategy is you have to survive early game. You need to be all on voice chat. You need good callouts, because the people who she's going to target. Because you could do this, for example, with a mechanic. You just need to call out so they get a head start on where the hunter is, so they can rotate early. What I did, if you noticed, I got heartbeat as she walked past Shack, so I hid as far away as possible in the middle so she wouldn't go for me. So she kept going around and got the Wildling. Because she didn't know I'd be there, so she just had to keep moving, and then she did see me when I was in the middle. Anyway, so she's still on Gravekeeper. He's doing a really good job here. He goes into middle, and I've pretty much finished my cipher, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a hit. In fact, I have finished my cipher. I don't know how that hits me, but yeah. So she gets Gravekeeper, and now since we've got a Wildling who's a very good harasser, he's sitting there. He just runs around, and he's threatening the hunter. The hunter does not want to pick Gravekeeper up because she knows that Wildling will, get her off him. So we're down to 2 ciphers, and Merc says to me, top broken's about 60. I'll go finish that, and you go bottom broken. So I go bottom broken, and I've started that one, and he's finishing top broken. Meanwhile, Wildling is just harassing the hunter, and look, he's buying so much time here. She can't hit him because he's pretty much faster than her. So Merc's very close to finishing that top cipher, and Gravekeeper heals up and she kills him. So he's used his self-heal now, but Wildling's still harassing and buying so much time. Also, Merc finished his cipher, so it's just me and the Merc cipher now. She does eventually pick Gravekeeper up, and as you can see, Wildling does a great job, and he's back on kiting again. So at this point, she leaves the Gravekeeper, and she realises that our cipher's quite close, so she goes for us. So she heads over to bottom broken, and it doesn't I mean, I know I'm low, but it doesn't really matter if she gets me, because no one's been chaired, down to 1 cipher, and the Merc's just priming it while I go down. She puts me on chair, and and then she goes for Merc. She puts me on chair and she pressures Merc because she's got to get him off that cipher. And we say to Merc, don't go for the rescue, let Wildling do that, just don't get hit, because if a Merc gets hit before borrowed time, if the hit doesn't fully count yet, then he won't get the half health back, if that makes sense. So he just wastes her time there, and then Wildling comes in for the rescue, and he's just finishing off to get it one tap the Cypher. She doesn't have much hope here, but so she decides to go for me. I tried juking, doesn't work, but she hits me anyway. We pop the Cypher. She decides to stay on me, and I've still got my second pocket watch, so I just use that. I don't want to play any games, just don't want to risk it, so I just use it. She then switches to come to me, and meanwhile everyone else is going to red carpet gate. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I bait that window there, and then I kind of mess up here because I run straight back round into her path, which was kind of dumb of me, but I bought enough time anyway. So she downs me. Wildling was actually going for that gate, and he then has to transition to the other gate, which isn't an issue because he's faster than her anyway, especially because her mirror got nerfed, so she's got, I don't know what percentage nerf that was, but she's slower, so she can't get it. So he heads over to the other gate. She also switched her ability to Peeper here for some reason. It would have been wiser to use Teleport, although she did use Blink to kill me, so it wouldn't have been available anyway. But anyway, so obviously, as you can see, we get the win. And so this strategy is all about just buying time and waiting it out and just rotating as much as possible. You just got to have good callouts and a good team. Anyway, so I hope that helps anyone in any way possible. Thanks for watching.